What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Red Devil Circle, guys. I'm shooting this a bit late. Lighting is a bit shit, but we're gonna make it happen, huh? We are determined, huh, to get this show on the way, huh? Um, that might be the only reason I missed Ten Hag. Jesus Christ, his interviews freaking hilarious and just terrible to watch. But thank God we've fully recovered from that. Kind of. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the Baleba news and our midfield. And as is obvious, we're really pushing for this deal. Amorim is pushing for this deal. The board is trying to make this happen because he's Amorim has made it very clear that it's such an important part of his rebuild. And I side with him. I side with him because he's the owner of this system. He knows how best that it will be played. He knows what is needed to make this engine work. He knows the amount of gas that you need in this car. Um, he knows what he needs. He knows the tools that is pivotal to this system, and I completely back him. So I want to come out here and give you three concrete reasons why we should make Baleba signing a reality by all means. And one I've already given you, but before I get into it, guys, go ahead and drop a like and comment on this video. Go ahead and show some love and support. Like I said, I'm doing this after work, knackered, but we're determined, huh, to get the show on the way, huh? Yeah. So shit. Let's get into it, guys. Um, reason one why we need to make this Baleba signing is because, like I've already said, the manager is really pushing for this. I mean, there's news from Laurie Whitwell, David Ornstein. It's been a lot of regurgitation for the past 3 days, mostly the same thing. Personal terms, no issue. They just really pushing to see what how a deal can be structured with Brighton. How what the possibilities are about this deal before they try to make a bid. So they want to understand how to structure a deal and the possibilities around the deal before they put a bid in. Um, and they like how we've progressed throughout this transfer window. All our transfers, all the players have come out and said that they want Manchester United, and they want to follow similar strategy. They're fixing the structures, according to Fabricio, the structures with personal agreements and salary expectations. They want that to be done first of all before making a deal with Brighton and before likely putting a bid in. It looks like something that would advance probably before Friday, before next week. There might be a lot of motion in the wheel, in that sense. So yeah, like I said, Amorim really wants this signing, so that's a really big reason why we have to get this signing. He's been more vocal about this signing than anything else, and from the start of the preseason, I think 2 weeks ago or so, after the during the press conference, he's honed in on the importance of just having an engine in the middle right there, in the middle of the park, in the middle of the formation. He wants a new number six, and he wants them to be tenacious and also have the technical abilities to move forward with the ball to control the midfield. And if the manager is really hell bent on getting this deal done, he knows his system very well, and we need to give him a chance to succeed at Manchester United. And from recent reports, we're not going for Donnarumma. Laurie Whitwell's broke this. We're not going to be going for Donnarumma this transfer window. It's likely he might be going to Manchester City. So Donnarumma is not an option, and also the reports are that we'll much rather have a midfield than a goalkeeper. So it's very important to get this deal done. Second reason why we need to get this deal done is because if you look at the preseason games, it's been clear that we're lacking something in the midfield. There's no control of the games. We want to keep more possession, and that hasn't been happening, and that's because we lose the ball. As much as we quickly regain the ball, we also lose the ball a lot, and our midfield is not strong enough to is not strong enough and is not technical enough to move the ball around, to progress with the ball, to make sure that we're utilizing Mbuemo and Ahmad in the way we should. Just we want to score more goals, and with more control in the midfield, with more tenacity, with more how do you say it? With more technical ability, Ahmad can be stay can probe more. People like Ahmad, Cunha, and Mbuemo, they can probe more and sustain the ball more toward rotate the ball also more toward the final third of the opponent's half. That's where we want to be in the final third. And if you look at the preseason, zero control of the games, and we're not probing the ball around. We're making good movements because we have players with good technical ability, but we're not moving the ball around. We're not retaining the ball as much as we should, and that's because we lack control. And Amorim has said this so many times. He's gone out there and said, "Look, I want a midfield." Fabricio said it as well. Amorim wants a midfield. He wants Baleba. Um, this is the signing he really wants. Amongst all the signing we've made, this is the one he's spoken most about. So that's the second reason why we need to get this signing. Is because from all the games we've watched, we're not playing the system the right way because we're not retaining the ball. We're not probing around the final third and creating chances and looking for weaknesses to hurt the team. You can't find the weaknesses if you're not probing and waiting for the right moments. And that's why we need a midfielder that can control the tempo of the game, but also move the ball further up so we could be in the opponent's half. We have players that are very good at pressing, so we win. That's one of the positives you would have seen from preseason. We win the ball very quickly, but also we lack control, so we also lose the ball very quickly as well. Um, yeah, and we do not have sustained pressure against the opponent. So we really need to get this deal done. And lastly, my third reason why we need to get Baleba done, it's because we have we this will be something that will give us identity. The identity of the team is not there at the moment, and with more control, you would see more what Amorim is doing with the team. Um, there's a reason, like I said earlier in this video, why he's really banging on about getting this midfield signing done. They've been the likes of Wharton being mentioned, but he's been talking about Baleba the whole time. This is his first option, so we need to go get this deal done. Um, he knows what he needs to succeed, and he's giving us the blueprint on why he needs that midfield signing. And it's not rocket science. You can see how bringing in Baleba is gonna make this team gel. And at this point, I just want us to do everything possible to get it done. Like I said, recent recent news, this is the signing Manchester United is focused on right now. The goalkeeper signing is looking like it might not happen, but it also might happen. It depends on how much we can recoup from sales, and also to to ba- um, to balance our account financially. So it's also going to depend on outgoings. If we get enough outgoings, we might also get a goalie, and it's also going to depend on how much we're going to sign Baleba for. And from what's out there, it's going to be around 100 million mark. I hope we can get him for cheaper and put some add-ons on there to structure the deal. But it looks like it's a difficult bargain, and Brighton has openly said that, look, we don't need to sell this player, and we want to keep this player. They've put it out there so many times that they want to keep the Baleba, and the reason why is obviously they want to get the max amount of cash they can get for him. That's the reason why. That it doesn't really mean that they don't want to sell, and I'm sure it has been communicated to them that we want this player. I mean, we're already speaking to the player, and with the way the transfer window goes, you can't just go directly talk to the player without letting the club know that you're talking to the player, because one is disrespectful to the club, because you're destabilizing the their player. You're destabilizing his concentration with the current season. So yeah, so obviously there've been some talks with Brighton before we've actually gone to Baleba to try to get the personal side of the deal done, but no talks yet. We the reports are like just regurgitation, and mostly it's mostly just guesswork of what will happen soon next. But what's really out there is that we are trying to get the personal side of the deal done, and then move on um to find a way we can get a deal struck with Brighton, and possibly get this player in by the start of the season. I hope he can at least be on the bench for Arsenal. But I don't know how likely that is. We play Arsenal on Sunday. Um, hopefully things start picking up by Thursday. That's my hope. We need to move fast with this deal. It's still gonna take some time for him to settle down with the team and really understand how Amorim is trying to play football. But Amorim is really going. He's really putting his head into this deal. I don't know how to say it very well, but he really wants this player. He believes this is the player that's gonna transform his team, and that is the biggest reason why we need to go get this deal done. Is if you also look around the Premier League, the engine room of the top clubs is just it's just crazy. I've said it so many times. Like, our midfield is one of our biggest problems, and it just looks like Amorim knows that. Amorim knows that. It's not rocket science. Everyone was talking about the striker. Obviously, yeah, the striker is really, really important, and we've gotten that done. But this midfield is such a big deal, guys, because we can get ran through by a lot of teams in the Premier League who have stronger midfield than us. Liverpool, Arsenal with Zubimendi and Rice. Gosh, like, if you look around the Premier League, the midfield is just tough, tough to contend. And We do not have that right now. Like, if we do not get this deal done, it's really gonna expose us once the season gets running. So personally, I wouldn't be too mad if maybe if we're not able to do this deal, we get Wharton from Crystal Palace. But Amorim wants this guy. This is his number one signing. So it's very important that we get this done. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna leave it at today. I've enjoyed what we've been doing since I've been away on this channel in the transfer window. I've enjoyed the Mbeumo signing. That went on for so long. Uh, it really irritated me in that sense. But we've gotten Mbeumo and we've gotten Shesko, and I really hope that it can all come together. And I think Baleba might be the glue that's gonna hold this team together and is gonna show signs of what the future is gonna look like soon enough. I'll give it at least 10 to 15 games to really see what's going how this team is gonna really transform. Because we have really good players, but they're learning a new system, and as much as preseason is the biggest time you can get for a player to really get into the rhythm of things with the coach, it's not huge enough. But the fact that we're not playing any European games could be a plus for us. So maybe 10 games to really see this team do what it's supposed to do. But the sooner we get Baleba in, who knows if it's Baleba or Baleba. But as an African, I would like to think it's Baleba, but I might be wrong with that. But yeah, it's important to get this deal done. Amorim is really pushing for this deal. There's been reports that even players are contacting Baleba about this deal. So the sooner this board can get this deal for us, the better. I personally, I don't care if we don't get a goalie. Um, I think this will be the game changer. If we can get Wharton in January, that's just wishful thinking. But if we can get Wharton and Baleva in that midfield, that would be so nice. But that's just wishful thinking. Let's just get this deal done. Maybe we get a goalie, maybe we don't. I'm not really bothered too much about that. Obviously, Onana is gonna have his moments, and I also like to say that from what the preseason has showed me, that back line, that defensive line, has more confidence in Altay Binder. You can tell they have more confidence in Binder than they do with Onana in the goal. And I don't know why we're trying to rush Onana to come back into the team. There've been reports that we're gonna play extra friendly game behind closed doors to get Sheshko and Onana embedded into the team. Obviously, Onana coming back from injury. Who knows if he really had an injury? And also Sheshko is a new signing, so they want them in the team, possibly in the team on Sunday. So they're gonna play behind closed doors game uh, to help them be ready for the game. But I'll rather see Bayern there in there. I think the defensive line is more confident with Bayern there in goal. But if we can also get a goalkeeper signing after Baleba, that will be a huge plus, and it will help the fans' mind to rest because no one really trusts Onana in the goal there. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it at today. It's a longer video than I anticipated I was gonna do. I don't think I'm really missing anything unless there's news coming out. I'll be happy to come out and make another video and in more positive light, maybe in more positive light. This lighting is horrible because it's getting dark. But also in more positive news is what I'm trying to say. Maybe we start negotiations with Brighton in a more serious way. Maybe put in a bid. I'll be hoping that happens soon. Because the faster we bid, the faster maybe we get a first rejection and put in a second one and try to speed things up. That's where I'm at with this deal. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. This was fun. Stay safe. Peace out.